Certainly. Yes.
All these circling feet heading nowhere.
Hello, hello, I am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Pillars of Eternity. I'm sure you heard, but Durance is already complaining, but what else is new? We are in Defiance Bay. We are looking for... I don't remember. Animancy? Something about Animancy. I guess I could look at my journal. What's our point? Oh, right, the key and the queen. Marwold has told me that I might find the leaden key in the city to find Defiance, never far from the queen. If it is there that I must go, I have to track down the man who triggered my awakening. Magger. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So we're just gathering information. We're gonna go to the Valiant Embassy, but I don't think we can do anything. In here.
Good day, stranger.
What can this humble servant of the Republics do for you? Tell me about the Valerian Republic. They are rich in all ways, in wealth, in style, and culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not ever want to leave. Why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. I am here because the songwriter Dukala wishes it. But when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. What do you do here? As the Valerian ambassador, my job is to ensure trade with Gyrewood remains strong and profitable. Lots of things to steal. The postings show current prices for a range of commodities, and they track the running exchange rate for the Valerian Lusk. Oh, time for some...
A simple test.
Time for some thievery.
I can do that. A simple test.
You can't do it though, Durance. Maybe we'll come back here and do a theft. Durance has the best mechanical ability, so if he can't actually unlock that, then it's just not gonna get unlocked. Ooh. Wait, before we touch.
I can do that. That's settled.
Someone left up. Oh, 2 people leveled up from theft. I'll take that. Look at all that money. What else is there for me to snag? Let's get you guys. Oh god, I'll level you up in a second later, Aloth, because you're gonna take forever. Athletics. Yes, we want that for you. Good job. Maybe it won't take that long. We all seem to be on the par with levels. You need... Was it athletics to get second wind? Yeah. You can just hang on to the rest of your points for right now. Let's see. Nullifying. Alters the perception of time. Oh, I can pick 2. Caster becomes a toxic parasite. That's exciting. Oh man, I had Fireball once on him before, and it harms you as much as it harms everybody else. I think we might do Minor Blights. Magic Missile of the Darkness. Yeah. There we go. Alright, everybody. Now that we've done thieving, we can move on with our lives. Spread across the table are blueprints of an in-progress trade deal between a merchant company from the Republics and a Drywoodian werewolf collective. I know that sounds like I said werewolf, but I didn't. The flag depicts the symbol of the Valerian Republic, a ship sailing beneath 5 radiant stars. Alright, let's get out of here. We've done all we can. And we got some good shit. I'm hoping it's good shit. We definitely leveled up from stealing, so I think that's what's important. There's a man here somewhere that has a memory that I'm gonna look into. You see the solemn faces of hundreds of them. They stand in silent remembrance, a town officially lamenting the sacrifice of some brave hero. His companions stand to the side, empty. The official tells their story, the saving of the village, the story of the one lost to the trolls in the battle as best he can. But the faces of his friends say far more about the veracity of the speech. Finally, it's over, and the villagers move back to their lives. The adventurers mill about for a time, talking, remembering, before heading back to the inn for the night. They mourn in their own ways, tears, anger, sulf, broken bottles. The leader of the group stays quiet, gaze inward. Weeks pass, and he speaks little, leaving the inn early in the morning and returning late at night, exhausted. Finally, he takes the others to see a statue, life-size, beautiful in its crude design. The villagers mounted in the square as the group leaves, still empty, but a little less broken. The statue smiles at them as they leave. And now we have to go. Let's go here first.
Or what remains of it.
Yeah, they want me to go here. And I will in a second. I would like to completely explore this city before moving on with my questy things. I'm afraid I cannot.
Well met, friend.
Aldmar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you've recently arrived yourself. Who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so the commander, Cliver, can focus on more important matters. Looking for something, or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in the Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store our arms and armor, as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Cliver's in the back making plans as usual. He scratches a scarred cheek. You'll find the forge to the west of the building along with our master smith Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the golem if you're the prying type, or the praying type. Tell me about the Crucible Knights. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that, he grins. We were the first organization milita to oppose Adarian rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by the critter out in Dernard Row. What's this about Dernard Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Aldemar widens his stance. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folks. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? Ah, yes. Racism. That's a horrible thing to say. Aldemir shrugs. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays it seems that that's the biggest crime of all. Holy shit. Man just went Jesus. You guys got real names? No, so you won't have anything important to say. You can't. Just what you feel isn't a truth. You can't just say shit. Oh man, I have to be careful if I'm about to steal. I don't think I can carry any more of those. Well, I did anyway. Oh yeah, I couldn't. I had too many.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
The dwarf bustles between a sweltering forge fire and a work table. He wipes one muscle-knotted arm across his brow. What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
He hefts a hammer in one hand. Tell me about the knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to the Direwood heroes of old. He picks up his hammer again. Other than Dan Monroe, who really knows about any of that, though? Oh man, there's so much loot in here. Thick grime cakes the bottom of the tub. The towel hanging from the side gives an awful stench. Well, that's foul. I think she left.
Laying low.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Be quick about it.
That's settled. I can do that. That's settled. A simple test.
I'm starting to feel guilty.
That's settled. A simple test.
I need somebody to keep watch. Well, I've done all I can do.
Hey.
Yes.
We can stop sneaking around. I do feel some guilt weighing on my soul from all the thieving. This painting shows a row of warriors standing atop the walls of Defiance Bay while Adir's ship sails away. Oh, I guess I could leave something. This is the symbol of Abalon, a colossal smithing hammer imposed over the circular gear. It's smooth and bright with buffing oils. Oh. You want to talk about thieving?
Strange place for a shrine to Abaddon, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. And the only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
I knew some soldiers who got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me some about it. They get these young kids in there and they tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about the Golem like he created the Crucible Knights in his forge to go win Direwood's independence. They join, and then it turns out all any of those knights ever talks about is when are we going to get recognized as a real knighthood? When are we getting our titles and our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl. Says it's Abalon's will. He's got a castle and an army. You wonder how long he'll wait before he starts a war over it. Saying Abalon told him to. And the nobles will respond that their gods told them that they're the only true nobles. Trouble with having all these gods is you've got to support no matter how dumb your ideas are. Maybe we had the right idea, blowing some of them up. Less of them to hide behind.
Yes.
I have not found this man. I don't know. Oh, I did. I think I just walked past him. Or I missed it completely.
We just don't have the manpower. Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Can I change my volume? No. Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. He gives you a thin smile. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with Animasi Scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights, warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, and we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novits have checked. Vienna lives within the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I hadn't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Well, once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have a need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't have a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Was there something else I can do for you? You're in charge of the Crucible Knights? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed in Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. Tell me about the Knights of the Crucible. He crosses his hands behind his back. We're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in the Direwood for that matter. We've defended the city in Hadrit's day. We've improved our training since then, but Donard Rao can certify that many of our officers come from good Drywinian fighting stock. Now, we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring from the countryside, that becomes more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozens and some of the more enterprising families of Defiance Bay. What do the dozens have against you? He snorts. The Demoage and troublemakers, they forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they've no patience for law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. House Domanel, namely. They're one of the city's oldest noble families and largest criminal organizations. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept on top of him, but he hasn't been too happy about that. Is there something else? No. It's a big chest that I want to get into, but I shall not. Alright. Oh, I remember. We were supposed to get a kid a knife. Alright, we need to be here, but we'll get back to that. I think Orndra's gift is next. Oh, you guys walk so slow. Oh, I could make you go faster. That's on me. Yeah, so we did Copper Lane. We're in the first pass. Oh, I guess Blackenberry was next. Well, we'll do Orndra's gift and then we'll go to Blackenberry. Oh, it's spooky out here.
I've never been to Nasitak. Is it very cold? What creatures wander the tundra? How are your leaders chosen?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out some parchment for notes.
Ask whatever you want. If I don't know, I'll make something up.
Don't mind if I do. The grimy windows have been papered over from the inside. Peppered? I think I read that wrong. What are you doing in here? This is our place. Oh, I see. They're all addicted to, probably that drug. Sveth? A youngish elven man squints at you in surprise. You can't just barge into somebody's home like this. Who do you think you are? That's a good question. Who are you? The elf who lives here. Now get out. What now? Well, this elf is shady and will become important later, undoubtedly. He's right, though. You can't just sneak into somebody's house. It's rude. Oh, these guys got stories. You see 4 flickering torches, the only ones of light reflecting across the 4 tents' fences. 4 tents' faces. Holy shit. Harsh words crackle the air between them as they argue about their course, some wanting to return, some wanting to continue. They move step by careful step through the dank cave, noses pinched and eyes alert. One, a ghostly elven woman is thrown into the air and onto the ground with a sudden snap, the victim of an unseen trap. The group is surrounded now, skeletal hands reaching from beyond the grave at the intrusion of life in their midst. The group scrambles for their weapons, but too late. The skeletons are already upon them. The fallen elf cracks her eyes open. One of her companions falls, about to be impaled by an ancient spear. Adrenaline floods her system, and she screams into action, moving faster than anyone just unconscious has a right to. Eyes white with fear, she conjures a wall of fire, incinerating the skeleton and providing a momentary reprieve for the party. Breathing hard, they share a glance as the passage is flooded with flickering orange, and ready their weapons. This time, they are ready, and the skeletons last mere minutes before falling to the ground once more. You see a young woman standing against the backdrop of a wide grassy plain. Her face is all silver and shadow in the moonlight, and she looks down at the wooden raft at her feet. An older woman lies on the raft, her arms crossed over her chest and her eyes closed in death. Her face has the same dark gray as the younger woman's, and her head bears the same curving protuberances, but that is where the resemblance ends. Ooh, the younger woman takes a pendant from the older woman's neck and ties it around her own. The platinum medallion shows a crescent moon engulfed by a curling wave, the symbol of the goddess Ordra. The young woman pushes the raft from the grassy bench into the tide. She stands in the surf and watches it disappear, a silver tear rolling down her cheek. With its crooked and missing shingles, the roof resembles a prizefighter's gap-toothed smile. A quiet, motionless shape is swaddled beneath filthy rags and moth-eaten towels. I hear about my boy? The woman looks like she hasn't slept in days. Her hair is a rat's nest of tangles, and her eyes are lined with shadows. She casts an ancient glance at the door. Her eyes widen somewhere between hope and apprehension. I hear about Darren. Who? My boy Darren. His father Wade took him fishing 2 days ago, and I haven't seen either of them since. The neighbors are of no help, and the city watch hardly bothers with the gift these days. I'd be out on the docks and looking myself, but I can't leave the baby. Her eyes wander to the crib, and she lowers her voice. I don't dare take a Hollowborn out, what with the violence near the brothel. You have a Hollowborn baby? The answer is etched plainly on her face. Wyden's legacy is as potent in Defiant Bay as anywhere. People are scared, and they're looking for someone to blame, whether it's the woman at the brothel or the families of these poor babies. Might be nice if a god or two stepped in and set people straight, but maybe that's just me. She sighs and watches the motionless cradle. I don't approve of what goes on at Maya's place, but these attacks won't earn us God's mercy, and it's only made it harder to earn a living. Tell me more about their disappearance. What do you want to know? Tell me about Darren. The ghost of a smile flickers across her lips. He's a brave lad, if a little too bold for his own good, but he's always been a dutiful son and a gentle brother. He's got dark hair and quick eyes and a ready smile. When you find him, you'll recognize him in a heartbeat, I'm sure of it. Tell me about Wade. She scowls and brushes a greasy strand of hair from her face. Sometimes I don't know whether to rejoice or rue that he comes home as often as he does. He spends most of his time and all of our money drinking in the brothel. He has ever since. She returns to the silent cradle. When did you see them last? Wade was taking Darren fishing at the docks, and that was 2 days ago. I'll come back if I find anything. Oda closes her tired eyes, likely for the first time in 2 days. I don't know how to thank you. I don't have much to spare these days, but Andra bless you for anything you can do. We're back over here, so... Surrounded by scattered planks, it isn't clear whether the skiff has been half built or abandoned or cannibalized for lumber. Oh, I completely missed the brothel. That's okay. We'll come back. I guess we're coming back sooner than expected. How did I miss the brothel? Oh, because I'm not on the right side of it. Oh, grab his purse and go! The man's fancy clothes are ripped and blood flows from a fresh cut above his eye. He tries to push himself up, but his arm is shaking. He winces painfully. We're gonna help him up. Thank you, he gasps as he rises. My head. I can't believe they attacked you in the middle of the street. Neither can I. He slowly stretches out one leg, grimacing at his scraped knee. It's a rough part of town, but the rabble's never been violent. Even a night with a collie isn't worth this. And he limps away.
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale. Just Wallaroon of the milkmaid. She knew what she was doing.
Jesus.
Overfried cod, watered ale, and prostitution. A bastion of Deerwooden culture.
I hope you aren't expecting to find the leaden key in here.
I am being...
Visit new lands, see the sights. I do love travel.
Now to find a home for my other staff.
Good gracious! I'm being shamed and Durance is being Durance and it's really upsetting. Hold on. I have a lot of money. First of all, I need to fix my keep. I need the main keep. Alright. You're all being just disgusting and rude.
Welcome.
The Amara woman watches you suspiciously. One hand is tensed at her side, but as you approach, she relaxes and gives you a friendly, if weary, smile. I don't see many outfitted like you who aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? What kind of trouble are you having? A frown ripples across her blue facial markings. The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hardworking boys and girls and our customers. They started showing up after this rash of hollow porn, and they've been driving my regulars away. She looks you up and down, scratching her chin. There aren't too many who care about what happens in places like the Gift, but word is you're an exception. The knights are too busy sniffing around Duke Aviar to bother with us commoners, and I'd just as soon not deal with their bureaucracy anyway. Tell me how I can help. Maya draws you closer. These thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that these aren't random incidents. She places one lone finger on your chest. You put a stop to these attacks, and I'll find a real nice way to thank you. She winks. Got me? I'd rather just go and chat up the guard with the wide hips, personally, but we ought to stop her people getting thrashed, at least. I've got questions. Shoot. What do you know about these attacks? She waves a hand at the door. You only have to step outside to see it for yourself. Those thugs out there are just waiting to cause trouble for anyone coming or going. She sizes you up. Maybe they would have let you pass, however. Tell me more about your business. She rubs the back of her neck. It's not doing as well as I'd like with all this trouble. I run an honest enterprise, just trying to give folks a little rest and relaxation. She nods at you and lowers her voice. You help me out, and I'll see about getting you a special discount. Can I ask you about something else? A knowing grin warps her blue markings. Now, just what can I do for a comely lass like yourself? Tell me about this place. I thought that was clear from the crystal waters below the docks, she laughs. This here is the Salty Mast, the most famous house of pleasure in Defiance Bay. We've got drinks, beds, and good company to help you enjoy both. Of course, the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen is upstairs. You'll find several of the hardest working boys and girls in Defiance Bay up there, too. Oh, I don't want this. Wait, hold on.
Good day, stranger.
I'm here for some quiet time. Quiet, loud, however you like it, as long as you pay up front. I've got ladies and lads, and a few I'm not quite sure about. Go talk to whoever tickles your fancy. Go talk to whoever tickles your fancy, unless you fancy Cyril, in which case you can settle with me. What can you tell me about Cyril? She laughs. You must be new in town, dearie. She's only the most sought-after girl in the district. You want to spend time with her? Just ask. She's 1,000 for the night, but she's worth every pant, or so they tell me. Fancy you go with her? She nudges you in the ribs. Best money you can spend in the gift. Maybe another time.
Hello.
Orko trusts your eyes. A golden hoop dangles from one ear, and his fine-fitting clothes whisper as he glides over you. You have me at a loss. How can I afford time with such a magnificent creature? God damn. What are you talking about? I'm talking about your magnificent eyes and perfect lips. Truly, it should be a crime for you to ever close them. He runs a finger along a perfectly symmetrical goatee. What can Oriko do for me? You tell me. Some things must be experienced to be believed. Goodness gracious. How much? For an evening that you will remember in your next life, I ask but 300 pans. I don't know enough about this. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't actually want to do anything with these people. Look at him wiggle, though. $300 seems cheap. If your best
Following your lead.
If your best girl is 1,000.
How do you do?
His robes are torn and stained with vomit. He turns his eyeless face towards you, wiping his mouth. Come for a story? His speech is slurred and his voice ragged. I tell all the best stories. He slaps his chest. It's my club anyway. What club? The club for renowned, refined, and prestigious gentlemen. He prods your shoulder. Wait, if you don't know about the club, you must be... He heaves, catching his at his chest. After several precarious seconds, he recovers. Where was I? Oh, you must be here about the ring. The ring. He shoves it in your hand. Have to have that to get into the lounge, he hiccups. They don't just let anyone in, you know. He wipes a hand on his shredded robe. It's the most exclusive club in Defiance Bay. He slaps you on the back. And whatever you do, don't tell them you're new, or... He turns away, overcome by a fit of dry heaving. Well... Oh, as you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. I'm terrified for what these stories are going to show me. You see a tall woman crouched over her drink, sitting alone in an unkept inn. What few other patrons are there leave her well alone, walking a wide berth as she drinks. Even the innkeeper avoids her eyes as he serves her a procession of drinks, but she seems to take no notice. A man swaggers in, and he does take notice. With an imperious nod to the innkeeper, he seats himself next to the woman, her buxom form his clear interest. She turns away from him, but he persists, reaching a hand along and touching her knee. In seconds he is prone on the floor, shocked and still, scrambling to get up, and he is prevented by her shoe on his throat. She raises an eyebrow, expression empty as he splutters for mercy. He's red by the time she relents, and she turns back to her drink as he scrambles backwards and out the door, casting affronted glasses behind him as he retreats. The other patrons shake their heads knowingly. You see the burned-out shell of a room. The man stands in the middle of it, scorch marks surrounding his feet, smoke rising from his fire-singed robe. Debris is littered about, broken shelves, torn and burnt books, smashed chairs, a sundered table. There are cracks in the walls, and light shines weakly through a small hole in the roof. Every window in the room has shattered, and a lamp lies on its side in the corner, burning oil, forming a pool under it on the stone floor. The man looks around, surveilling the wreckage. His eyes stop briefly on the 5 bodies laying amidst the debris. They are twisted, burned, torn, and nearly unrecognizable. He turns back to the only living man remaining, sitting against the wall, legs and pelvis crushed under a heavy stone beam. The dying man stares blankly over the beam, blood running from the corner of his mouth. The uninjured man leans over, looking into the eyes of the other. No other may have this knowledge, he says. The other man opens his mouth to speak, but this man has already walked away. He drops his hand to his side and speaks a short phrase. An inky drop falls from his hand and hits the ground, glowing into a black a ring of black energy that extends outward. As it passes over the other man, he transforms. His skin becomes ashen and gray, his flesh desiccating and wrinkling in on itself. The ring extends past the man and blinks out of existence as his body, now nothing but ash, collapses in on itself. That's probably fine. You look like a lady that could give me a good time.
Hail, traveler.
Not from around here, are we? The young woman's voice rolls with saucy cadence of Ornra's gift. You need a local girl to show you the highlights? Lucky for you, I'm one of them. You are a local girl or a highlight? She laughs. Both gorgeous. What can I do with that clever tongue of yours? And what local attractions would you recommend? She winks. I'd rather show than tell. I'm 200 for my time and worth every copper. 200 is not very many either.
Yes.
Wade's eyes are red-rimmed and unfocused. Oh, I found him! He stares into a filthy mug as if searching for something. He shivers and takes another drink. I can just bully this man. Perhaps you've had enough to drink? His eyes are filled with shame and self-loathing. What do you want from me? Your son's missing. You better explain what you're doing here. Wade buries his face in his hands. It's not like that. I was taking the boy fishing, and I wanted to stop on the way for a drink. A quick one. So I told him to wait for me outside. I only meant to stay a few minutes, but by the time I came out, he was gone. And you're still here? She snorts. He stares at his mug again and takes a quick drink. I don't know what I'm going to tell Oda. You can't hide in here. You'll have to face her sooner or later. Wade turns back to his drink and takes a long gulp. Well.
Hail and well met.
What can you tell me about this place? She arches an eyebrow. Every foreign sailor and visiting villager knows about the Salty Mass. It's the most famous brothel in Defiance Bay. She points to an Amara woman. You want to know more? Just ask Maya. Captain Pepperjack. You see the prow of a ship slice through the deck of another, a Valayan spice vessel, and are immediately accosted by splintering wood and panic. The pirates are upon the ship in the space of a shout, all elbows, gold, earrings, and violence. Crewmen are hurled and shoved and punched off the deck as a dog-eared captain boards. The hunt begins immediately as water begins to claim the wounded merchant vessel. The larger cargo boxes are ignored entirely in favor of the smaller, more delicate boxes and jars. The captain stands, water snarling around his ankles as he waits for each of his crew to return to the ship with their plunder. Counting them off, he takes a running jump and grabs the railing, hauling himself aboard as the remains of the merchant vessel are devoured by the ocean below. The crew applauds, raucous cheers and laughter as they begin to sort through the valuable Valerian spices. The Fansington would eat well tonight. I have no idea. Like, I genuinely don't know. I don't know if it's still supported or not. If it's being sold, I imagine it still has support, but like, I genuinely don't know. The Orland man seems to walk with a slight limp. He doesn't say anything, but he stops and regards you with interest. What's wrong with your leg? He just laughs and shakes his head. How much? Dermsey looks you up and down. He holds up 5 fingers. 500? Should I sleep with all of them? Or should I sleep with none of them? I'm so confused. No. think I'm safe.
Laying low.
Will my thieving eventually get me in trouble? I mean, probably, right? Rolled bills and receipts show amounts paid to Mara's staff as well as her expenses for ale, fish, and new linens. I actually don't know if I have quite enough money to do that. Well, it's been 500, 300, 200. 500, 600, and so we're at almost 2K. I guess I could. Oh god.
Welcome.
The dwarven maid raises the hem of her skirt to show you a well-muscled leg. You've never experienced anything like this before, trust me. What on earth do you mean? Why, I could climb a tall thing like you all night. She slaps a she slaps a smooth, firm thigh. How much? That's 600 coppers for a night that will knock the good sense out of you. All right now. That was a very it was a very good.
Greetings.
The elf's long hair frames cheekbones and a long slender nose. It's not every day that the club gets such a breath of fresh air. Who are you? I'm a native of the Direwood and an expert in the subtle arts. If it's practice, skill, and finesse you seek, look no further. He wraps his taper fingers around a wine goblet. How much? Only 600 pans for my daily bread, while as you and I feast on love. This is so much.
Hail, traveler.
Oh, a collie. The pale elf's gold eyes are the color of winter sunset. She touches your cheek with a cool hand. You look like you've journeyed far. Let me show you comfort and rest. Tell me about yourself. I come to Devine's Bay from the frozen lands at the southern end of the world. Few of my people venture this far north, but none know how to warm a cold night like we do. How much? Her thin lips curl upwards. Just 500 pans to experience the most secret of the southern arts.
What?
Oh, I can join the fancy gentleman's club. The plaque beneath the display case reads, Legendary Gift Blade of Lorne, capable of smiting any foe dead with a single blow. Broken in the Battle of Tower Watch. Oh, I can help myself. Oh, so you are a member, I see. So you're here for the exclusive club equipment? I've been collecting the finest equipment for over a decade. I guarantee you won't find a superior collection. Yeah, I could bang a bunch of brothel people, or I could buy a gun. I actually can't buy these, but... Oh.
Yes.
They say that little Orlin fella could shame us all. I don't believe it. Is that Orlin really a good... I might do it. Is it safe to steal?
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Not all of you can steal. I'm gonna trust, well, you're right here. Good job, squad.
Yes.
Alright. Let's go bang that little Orlin, I guess. The dwarf was very tempting. That was a good advertisement. But, I don't want this to be super horny. Alright. Oh, don't be weird. I hope this... Okay, thank goodness. He fastens his trousers and gives you a salute. Did anything exciting happen? Nope, I've just lost 500 coppers.
Oh?
That's all there was to it. Can we have a deeper conversation? Did we unlock some bind? Oh. Nothing happened. Aw, I know. Not even a moan. In Hades, you hear the whip crack. I won't be fooled again. You guys all coming, or are you just gonna stand on the docks? It is sad that it was just a fade to black. On one hand, I'm relieved, so I don't violate Twitch's terms of service. On the other, oh, what do we have here? Another tourist and the gift? He announced to his shifty-eyed companion. Let's give her a proper welcome. Let's talk this through. He draws a sharpened blade and smiles. I'm afraid you're missing the point, friend.
Oh?
Alright. I have a bear. The roughest, toughest bear that has ever bared. Oh, the rest of you aren't doing much of anything, maybe. And you're gonna do this. And you are gonna do this. Okay, we should be good.
My bow.
My bear! Be strong, bear! No! He does not have a lot of endurance. Forgot to make endurance. Whoa, what's happening here?
Hi?
Some of you aren't pulling your weight.
Oh.
Like you, Durance. I actually don't think you're doing anything.
Following. Your.
Good job, I guess. Really did it?
Certainly. Certainly.
Just gonna leave those naked bodies over there. Supply and demand. What is that? Oh, I definitely found and I confronted the thugs. Should I go back and talk to her? I'm right here. There's no reason not to go do that. That's really a good point, slightly. I missed that.
Gods keep you.
Oh, apparently I have not done what I... It's fine. I guess I'll just have to kill more people.
Sagani, does your fox bite?
Yes.
Can I pet him anyway?
It's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
That was real cute. He sounded real excited. Can't pet him anyway. Hey, what's going?
God damn that son of a cool.
This woman is beautiful. The angry woman clenches her jaw and stares out towards the harbor with glimmering golden eyes. Eventually sensing your presence, she turns her feathered head towards you.
Want to run a down on its luck Valiant Trading Company? If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it.
She clenches her jaw and continues quietly.
As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains.
What's going on exactly?
Exactly. If I knew that, I'd be in a better mood. The only thing I know exactly is that Mestre Verzano is determined to wind up in a grave before the season turns.
The woman looks back at the warehouse for a moment and grimaces. After a slight nod in your direction, she storms off. Do love foxes. Well, there's a lot happening here. I want to talk to this fisherman first.
Greetings.
Ah, come and take a look at my wares. Exotic goods shipped straight from the republics of Old Valia. Show me what you have. Oh, well.
Greetings.
Show me what you've got. Expensive. Everything is expensive. I'm just a poor bun. I'm just a poor bun. Nobody loves me. A man stands in the corner of the warehouse, directing traffic. Gems wink from the many rings on his finger as he points and waves at the laborers. His silk clothes, though finely embroidered, aren't new. You notice a couple mended seams around the shoulders and a discreet patch on one elbow.
How do you do?
When he sees you, he throws his arms wide in an expansive welcome. Greetings! You have come to the warehouse and headquarters of the Valenian Trading Company. He consults a pocket watch. Some of the gold filigree has chipped away. But you are late. I sent word to the expedition hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. He snaps the watch shut. What's the delivery? He tugs at his beard. I must assume, then, that you are not from the company I contacted at the expedition hall. He waves a hand. But you are here, and they are not. It's a bag of bitter squash seeds that which are prized for their medical properties. Few merchants in Defiance Bay deal in them, but those who do know their value. Simple. Seems simple enough. Why ask me? A frown distorts his meticulous goatee. My own couriers have been robbed and beaten these past few weeks. It would seem that some of my competitors resent my success. In any case, you are not a known associate. In case you are not, oh my god. In any case, you are not a known associate. You would be left alone, and if not, he shrugs and grins. You look like you could handle yourself. Me? No. And as for your integrity, I suppose I will just have to trust you, as you will have to trust my assurances that you won't find a buyer outside of my contact. No, I think maybe like a really long time ago when I was younger, but it seems like a perhaps oversaturated market. Well, thank you. I'll do it. He claps his hands together. Excellent. Now deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and Fox in Copper Lane. He will know what to do with it. He slips a bag of pebbly seeds in your hands. Return to me when you are done, and I shall see to your payment.
Welcome.
Verzano checks his battered pocket watch. Better deliver that package, no? Business such as this is best concluded quickly. Now I'm embarrassed. Who was that feathered woman? Oh my gosh, when I was doing World of Warcraft some weeks ago, the goblins all have this, like, New Jersey accent that I was doing. I can't do it now because I'm too embarrassed. So it was, when I was reading their lines, it was easier to get into it than just busting off a New Jersey accent. No, I'm... you must mean Pelagina. She's a paladin in the employ of the Valian embassy. He chuckles. She's a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot a temper, I'm afraid. She seemed angry. He laughs again. This is no surprise. She's hot-headed woman. She's hot-headed, a woman in a brotherhood of paladins, and touched by the gods in such an unusual way. I won't do it. Something else I can help you with, or shall I return to my business? Tell me about what you do here. I am a merchant for Mancazine, the fairest of the Valian republics. Here in Defiance Bay, I run the Valian Trading Company. He gestures at the stack crates. Thank you, I will take a sip. We ship cargo to and from the republics. We are part of the grandest mercantile organization in the world. Anything you can imagine, we can ship it. He grins, for a fee. I would like to know more about the Valian Trading Company. We are a confederation of merchants and traders from the republics. He looks proudly around the warehouse. We sell all manner of goods and equipment, and for years we've enjoyed fruitful contracts with many shops, inns, and armorers throughout Defiance Bay. His smile flickers. Is something wrong? It's nothing, he waves a hand. Only the competition has grown especially fierce in recent months, but I suppose that is to be expected given the legacy, as the locals call it. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. Well, thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me pause everything that we're doing here and so pull up some goblin talk so that I have something to reference. It's gonna be so embarrassing. I'm looking for a goblin quest. Here we go. These are, oh, here. This is Thrall. Because I can't do it without a reference. I just can't pull these things out of my hat. These voices. Gosh. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. I like. Okay, here we go. Hey, did you hear about the gnome warlock? Or here goes. A gnome warlock walks into a cave and starts fighting gorillas. The leader of the gorillas says, "Hey, what are you doing that?" So then the gnome warlock goes, "A goblin told me to." The goblin leader says, "Do you do everything the goblins tell you to do?" And the gnome warlock says, "Yes, because I'm stupid and smelly and I can't walk on two legs." Pretty funny, huh? Maybe that needs some work. Okay, now we're gonna go play the real game. Thank you for the follow. Oh my god, what are we doing in this game? I went in through the back. Thank you, thank you. A young woman stands behind the counter, watching you with quick, intelligent eyes. Welcome. This is your first visit to the Valian Trading Company, is it not? Please let me know how I can assist you. Her tone is both professional and inquisitive. What is this place? The Valian Trading Company is an association of merchants for the Valian republics. We oversee trade deals and negotiations on behalf of our merchants. She gestures towards the door on her right. This is our warehouse where we store goods in transit. Who are you? I am the assistant manager of the warehouse. Currently I help Verzano run things, but I'll take over when he retires. Or when the company boss comes back home, decide it's time for new management. She rolls her eyes. My cheeks feel so warm. Like, I don't think I can do because now don't be upset because I know you're from the East Coast. I do not have the ear to distinguish the two accents apart.
Ah, the life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It is true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next, when you have all the world to choose from?
Home, of course.
I'm walking here. I would just do it deeper, I guess. It's kind of like I know there's a difference between like the Chicago accent and New York, but like use guys like that's all. I can't particularly hear the I can't hear. I couldn't tell the difference between Chicago and New York. Like I know there's like a Midwest sort of like a Minnesota sort of thing. No, 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 no. The trolls, yeah. I can't do that for sure. I gave you Jersey, and that's all I can do. Yeah. I don't want to do that one. You see a young man contort, screaming, strapped to a wooden table. Above him, a machine crackles, tiny strikes of lightning caressing the emaciated frame. A trio of mages chant around him, eyes white, hands lifted in benediction of their agonized victim. It goes on for more time. Uh, It goes on for more time than you could say before the screams stop, replaced by a hoarse, stabbing sobs and silence. A silver-haired woman enters, kissing him on his forehead, motherly hands soothing, cajoling. He quiets, unable to speak for screaming, and waits for a death he'll never see. The New York accent will sound just like the Jersey accent. You see a dark, foreboding room, heavy with incense smoke. Two figures stand in the center of the room, performing some sort of ritual with slow, exact, deliberate motions. This man follows along with the actions of an older man, and it becomes obvious the older man is teaching the younger one how to perform the ritual. He calls out steps, corrects imperfections, and betters the young man when he missteps. Watching the younger man's motions, you note he seems to be intentionally making mistakes, but what he hopes to accomplish with this you can't discern. As the ritual continues, the master becomes more irritated with the younger man. He walks over, leans in, and begins chastising him eye to eye. This appears to be what the young man was waiting for. The young man takes advantage of his master's distraction, dropping the censer he is holding and locks eyes with the older man, completely focused on his target. A wisp of energy leaps from the younger's eyes to the older, and the master stands up, eyes now milky white, rocking unsteadily on his feet. The young man never breaks his gaze on the older, slowly circling him, almost seemingly disappointed. He stops, toe to toe, and looks disdainfully into the blank eyes. "Is that it?" he whispers, staring his master down like a snake. "How did I ever think you had anything to offer me?" He blinks and twists his head to the side, turning heel and striding from the room. Bright blue mist flows from his master's eyes and mouth, wrapping sinuous tendrils around his body. It slides across his arms, working its way to his abdomen, down over his leg. The mist speeds up, moving faster as it circles his master's body, glowing brighter as it does. The speed increases until it no longer looks like mist, but a shimmering cocoon surrounding the old man's body. A faint humming buzz emanates from the mist, growing louder and more forcibly by the second. The young man stops in the doorway, looking back at the older man, only a mild interest in his eyes. With a whoosh, the air around the master ignites, starting him on fire. The smell of his own burning flesh breaks him forward from his reverie, and a scream erupts from his lungs. The young man turns around again, unmoved, and walks away, leaving no one to hear his master's dying cry. Enjoy your lurking. And I am good with managers, but I appreciate the offer. Tell me about this business idea of yours, sprightly. These men have nothing to say to me, but they look like men I should be talking to. Oh, nice.
Hail, traveler.
Effery wears a defiant expression and a sturdy yet battered suit of armor. She seems to bear each scratch and ding with pride. You don't look like one of the knights. Can I help you with something? I'm here about the trouble at the Salty Mast. Ordinary kith are angry, as they should be with the crooked Amora, toadying up the nobles, she sneers. She's using the tragedy of Waden's legacy to line her pockets. She's no better than the Adrarian overlords we drove out 200 years ago. People around here know you to be an honest broker. May has made it only the rich can afford her establishment, yet she sits in the poorest district of Defiance Bay. How's that fair? We've taken matters into our own hands, but she's the real criminal here. Why don't you tell her to go back down? I don't... This is such a weird argument that this woman is making. Like, I do get it, but it's not like only the rich can go to the brothel. Everyone can go to the brothel. You guys. I don't... And, like, I think she started out pretty poor and worked her way. Like, just because you became successful doesn't mean, like... I don't know. I'm with Maya. The violence has to stop. Affair looks at her compatriots. I'm sorry you see it that way. Oh. Alright. Ella, you need to get over here or you're gonna get slapped. This is true. Why didn't they build a brothel for bears? Oh, everyone wanted Ella's biscuits. Okay. There we go. You are gonna do this. Ella.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Well, if you can't do the good shooties. Oh. Good. Bear, do this. I'm gonna start shooting this guy.
Hi.
Are you doing anything, Ella? I would guess not. Good job, everybody. Mercy! Effer staggers back, barely on her feet. Please! Oh, I don't... My option is kill. I'm finishing you now. Well... Didn't have to be that way, but I definitely made it. Someone stashed a few sooty playing cards under the bed. I didn't want to kill her. If there can be peace, I'm all for peace. Well, let's go to this lighthouse.
This elder of yours, he may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe.
Certainly.
But the search for Persock is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, huh?
I never return empty-handed.
Turns, you're such a dick.
Welcome.
As you approach, she eagerly turns to you. You were interested in doing some construction work? Her clothes are simple, but nicer than most you've seen in Ordna's gift. Pays good money. I don't know much about construction. No need at this point. I'll take anyone who can put a hammer to a nail. Why so desperate? Because no one will ever set foot in there, she sighs. I've offered good coin, but ever since the floods of Ondra's Gift, everyone thinks this place is haunted. Bunch of superstitious nonsense. It's good. It's darker than expected, and I sort of feel like my choices don't super matter. 'Cause like there's moments where where it's not a telltale game as far as choices don't matter, but it's definitely like they don't feel like they have a lot of weight, but maybe that changes. It reminds me very much of a D&D campaign in a way, because of like your skills abilities and stuff. Once I finish this conversation, I can show you. But you're a little bit more on rails than a typical D&D campaign, I would say. It's definitely hard. It's like the combat system is really cool and unique, and I had to switch my difficulty down a little bit so that we weren't spending entire streams of me like doing really long combat. But it's like a difficult strategy game to be sure. Because no one will ever sit. Oh, I read this already. Echoes of the war. The flood certainly claimed enough souls to pack a lighthouse full to bursting. Ondra's Gift was flooded? Back at the end of the War of Defiance, it was one of the finishing blows to the Adurian military. Cost us a lot, though. The whole district was supposed to be evacuated, but not everyone's left in time. The Aduranians put everyone they found to the sword. The lucky ones who escaped the slaughter drowned hours later when Hadrian's forces broke the dams. Locals say the lighthouse keeper was one of the people who stayed behind and one of the last to die. She shrugs. I don't know why they makes that lighthouse any more haunted than the rest of the gift, but there you have it. Yeah. No, it's me either, honestly. I play Fire Emblem so that my characters stay alive. Like, it's but I think the story is well worth it, which is why I think they give you like some really easy options and some really hard options because the story's worth it. I never played Baldur's Gate, but I hear this is very much like that in a lot of ways. That's what I was told. My friend gave me this game as a gift and to get me to play it. And then the second, Pillars of Eternity, I hear really expands on what they had going on here and like updated graphics and all of that. So that won't stop me. Good. About time someone put an end to this foolishness. She rummages in her pocket and pulls out a skeleton key. As she hands it to you, she hesitates. Just be careful. Not that I believe the ghost stories, but it is an old building, so watch your step. Do you know what might be inside the lighthouse? If only, Naya shrugs. It's been uninhabited since they flooded Orna's Gift. Have you seen someone named Durin? Naya tips her chin. That name doesn't ring a bell. If you find him, ask him if he's interested in doing some construction. Well, he's a little boy. Yeah. Yeah, that same friend bought me, well, she didn't buy it for me, but she paid for my subscription to play Final Fantasy XIV, and that, as we know, has become a rabbit hole. What are you building? An inn, allegedly. She brushes a single loose strand of her bun behind her ear. The gift needs a spot with a little more class than the salty mast. The district has been in the dumps ever since the War of Defiance. It seemed ready for some fresh development, so imagine my excitement when I find this place 3 floors tall and right on the water, for sale at a reasonable price. The seller suggested that there were other invested buyers, so I closed the deal before I'd taken time to really look into it. Stupid, she shakes her head. Being from New Hamar, I knew the floods, but I didn't know about the superstitions surrounding the lighthouse. And the seller was long gone by the time I found out. At this point, it'll be a miracle from the Lady of Lament herself if I make my investment back. Tell me about the flooding of Wandra's Gift. Hadrid ordered it near the end of War of Defiance. It was one of the finishing blows to the Adurian military. Cost us a lot, though. The whole district was supposed to be evacuated, but not everyone left in time. The Durians put anyone they found to the sword, the lucky ones who escaped the slaughter. Oh, I think I read this. You're not from Defiance Bay, are you? She laughs bitterly. What gave it away? The accent or the fact that I was a dupe who paid good coin for this place? I'm from New Hamar in the northern coast. It's smaller than Defiance Bay, so I came here hoping for fresh opportunities and maybe the chance to do a little good in this neighborhood. Alright, let's go to the lighthouse. But let's, I gotta find that little boy, too.
A dozen Adiran ships were shattered against these levees during the War of Defiance. Best to heed the astrologers, I find, where tides are concerned.
Place gets my blood beating in all the right places.
Oh?
Oh. Oh, I accidentally clicked you, so no one else wants to come with. This young lanky soldier is wringing his cap anxiously, sweat beading on his furrowed brow. His eyes widen as you approach, and he takes a few steps
Good
forward.
day, stranger.
If you have a moment, you're not from around here, right? You don't look like you're from the docks. He looks around nervously. I could use your help. What's the problem? Oh, thank you. They weren't lying, saying you're a kind-hearted sort. He runs a hand through his hair nervously. It's the captain, or rather, not the captain himself, but his chest, or his sea chest. He keeps all his valuables there, tucked away safe. I was unloading it with the rest of the things that was with us staying in port a couple of days, and he coughs. I may have gotten a little distracted. Marcinio nods towards the building nearby. I wasn't gone long, just an hour at the salty mast. When I got back, his chest was gone. He sets a pleading look on you. It really hasn't been that long. Whoever took it can't be too far, but the shift's changed and I'm on watch. I can't sneak off to go look for it, and the captain will kill me if he hears of it. I'll get strung up in the yardum. Please, if you could get it back for me, I swear by the flame I'll make it worth your while. You can have pay, and I won't be spending it if Captain Furtado finds it out anyway. Any ideas where the thieves might have taken the chest? Well, the chest itself is pretty heavy. Nobody I asked has seen it getting carried around either. I figure it must have snuck off somewhere nearby, just out of sight. They can't have gone far. Oh, it's those boys up ahead. There's a pretty good lock on it, too. So I'm hoping they haven't got it open. Unless you take an axe to it, I suppose. Oh, gods, he takes a breath. If they open it, I really am done for. Any chance you've seen a little boy named Darren? Huh? Oh, sure, he wanted to play on the ship, but I couldn't let him. Fortarnero's very strict about that sort of thing. I had to shoo him off. Felt a bit bad about it. Saw him heading towards the salty mast. Not really somewhere he ought to be playing. Hope you find him. What makes you think I'm not from around here? Well, you don't see many like you around here, is all. He shuffles awkwardly, even on the docks. You're a sailor? Yes, ma'am. I signed on about half a year back. The pay's decent, and the sight of the sun coming up over the sea, I wouldn't give that up for anything. He sighs. I just wish I'd asked around about the captain first. Okay, so I know where those boys are. They're just up ahead. Let's get you two leveled up before we start a fight, because we will end up starting a fight. Oh, and you just get this, huh? Hell yeah, Durance. I love that for us. And you need a level up. Oh, actually, I'm gonna get you some athletics so that we can have second wind on you. Most excellent. Alright, everybody. Let's go fight. Yeah, they were like right here, right? Yeah. Well. This did not go the way I expected it to. I guess it's not them? Rumph. Alright, well, let's go to the lighthouse then. The other problem will eventually solve itself.
I've a shiver, won't leave my spine.
Welcome.
So, have you figured out what all the fuss is about? Oh, you moved and distracted me. Alright, into the lighthouse we go. Loot for days. You should not be the one getting the loot, Alof. Absolute clown. The burlap sacks have all but rotted away. Oh, what's happening here? What? Alright, that's fine. Attack. Oh, my animals are not in a good place. Should've sorted something. This is unfortunate for everybody.
Aye?
Yeah, do something.
Shall deal with this one.
Fucks. Get the aggro off that. Some of you just are choosing not to.
What?
This isn't working.
Well, you are using a gun against a water sprite. But it all worked out. The wood of these barrels and crates is swollen and warped as if by water. Oh, I guess that was my hint that I was about to be slapped. Very, very wet rocks. The glass is completely opaque with grind and salt. The patina of filth and dead barnacles reaches almost the ceiling. Do be
A
like that.
simple test. That's settled.
No shit. Oh shit. Shoot. Well, take care of that one. Have you charge forward, and you get this. Well, my fox has decided on it. Oh shit. Don't take damage. I need you the most. Have you guys all deal with that. Endurance. Right. This is fine. Oh, it is not fine. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay. Well.
Stand still.
I'm just gonna have you guys take care of this one.
Yes? Let's end this.
Damn it. We gotta take better care of Ella.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Can't get a good shot.
skellies.
Down by one.
Putting us down!
Wish I could have done something.
Stand!
Come on, you can do it. More skellies before you die. Damn it.
Yes.
That's gonna be the ball game. How's my bear the last one standing? Well, that was unfortunate. Hello, it's game over. Where's my game? Is somebody not dead? Damn it. So, this game is also super buggy. Don't mind me, I'll just load my game up all by myself. Thank you, video game. I don't need a game over to tell me that the game is over. Alright. That was so dumb. Alright. We're gonna handle this in a way that's better this time. Because the spooky shadows... Fuck. Alright. Where are you? Okay, great. Fantastic. So, your fox is fighting that thing, and my bear is fighting that thing. We are going, the rest of you clowns are going to help our good friend Matthew Mercer, whatever your character's name is, with the other situation. No, I specifically told you to attack that, but thanks for playing. Oh, it's bad over here. Actually, a change of plans. Why are you being attacked?
Can't get a good
Why are you letting this happen?
shot. That's it.
Okay. Just rip to this fox. Why are you taking so much damage? Why aren't you tanking? I don't understand what's happening. That's what I should have done last time. I should have just been casting crazy amounts of spells. I just sort of let things happen. Can you cast a giant wall of fire again? You sure can. Sorry, bear. Alright. You're gonna die, huh? Can you cast skeletons?
They got the priest.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Skellies, let's go. Go, go, go. Big murder, Skellies. Okay, Olive. Good, 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 good. And more fire.
Have to try something.
Okay. Alright, fantastic. Badly injured, near death, barely injured, barely injured, barely injured. Okay. I'm gonna take care of these things.
Following your lead.
Ulu Sen.
That wolf's taking all she can!
Don't die. No, that's not a good place for that. I need you to tank. For the love of God, man. That is your role. That is why you're here. You let these ghosts put their hands all up on everybody. Can you summon more skeletons? Yes, you can.
Stand!
Skeletons got this.
Curses!
Not in vain! Don't succumb!
Can't believe Aloth's a better tank than my actual tank. You see this man survive the entire ordeal.
For Takoa!
My guy. Just stand there
Leave
and
it to
hit
me.
things.
Aye?
Let's have it up! Curses! Let's...
Good grief. Well, we did it, for better or for worse.
I'll have it in no time.
No, you won't.
What? I can do that. That's settled.
Good job, I guess. Alright, now we go back and make sure we grabbed everything. There's those water rocks in the other room. I'm gonna send Bear in, Fox in for first. And you. Go. No, 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 no. Not you.
Hey,
Yeah. Go be a tank. You got the big shield. There we go. Alright. Bear, get that. Fox, get that.
I'm
and
here.
now. Well, that's not what I meant. But that's fine.
Following your lead.
Let's end
this!
What?
You can do that.
Yes?
You can participate. And you can participate. I was nowhere in the vicinity of this thing. Oh, that's what the problem is. There we go. Easy peasy.
of course.
Yes.
I've grabbed everything. We done did it. Alright. How exciting. Can we camp really fast? Yes, we can.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I just... Well, you seemed preoccupied.
You've just begun to stretch and soothe the aches from your body when you feel Aloth over your shoulder. He looks away quickly when you notice him kneading his hands into squirming fists. You seem preoccupied, Aloth.
Mad old watchers, a cult on our trail. What's not to worry about?
He laughs uneasily.
I suppose I've just noticed you acting a little, unusual lately. Talking to people who aren't there, remembering flashbacks of your previous life. I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
He stares at a spot on the ground. I don't have enough perception. I guess I don't know what to make of this either.
Then I'm in good company.
He grins.
I should let you rest. It looks like we'll have another full day tomorrow.
He looks away again. Oh, Aloth. I can't stay mad at you. Oh, fuck. Right. Let's do things better this time. Let's be better. Well, we gotta stop that from happening now, don't we? Can you deal with things? No. Where's my biggest, baddest bear? Please get the ads off all of our friends.
Just get quiet.
He's dead again. Oh my god. Well, if you're going out, I need you to do big stuff.
How may I help? Ah, that rock!
Yeah, that a boy. Do it again.
Ah, damn it! You gotta take better care of Ella.
Thanks. You guys just aren't doing anything at all.
Good shot.
I'm just gonna let whatever happens happens.
Let's try something else.
Oh, stay alive though.
Big fella's down.
It's okay. It's not as if he was tanking.
Finish them.
I could go for some shut-eye about now.
Following your lead.
Well, summon some skellies. They're our only hope.
My bow's ready.
No.
Brave thou.
Ready, one.
Fight on, my friends!
No.
Yeah, we've lost all our tanks.
Yes?
Can you summon more skellies? Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm dead!
Oh.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fight on, my friends! Stand still! We're down one!
We're down many.
Thing.
Following your lead. Your tail!
I didn't know ghosts from the entire room were going to assault me. Good grief. Well, you're certainly being a trooper about the whole ordeal. I do need you to die a little faster.
Let's leave this part out of the story.
Yeah, no problem. Oh my god, where are we loading? Oh good, right here. It's like nothing ever happened. Are we rested? We're not rested, so we get to do that again. That's okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snag
You
old
seem
I suppose I
preoccupied.
just noticed. Ah,
Yeah.
well,
Oh.
I should let you rest.
Damn it, that was not the answer I
Yes.
wanted. I'm sure we'll die again. Okay. Well, fuck. I learned nothing. Alright, Bear, take care of that. And then you're gonna go with that, and I need you over here.
Brave thou Philophili.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, you take care of this. And this. And this. Don't let the ghosts. Okay. The rest of us are gonna deal with that thing. You have become a bad tank. And of course, single handed.
They got the freeze.
I'm just gonna let this happen again.
Not quite.
Damn it! You gotta take better care of Ella.
Stand.
Big fella's down.
Yeah.
Ugh, not quite. Too much. Stay close. Ugh, not quite.
Actually,
Ah!
they didn't do too bad, honestly.
I can't get a good shot. They're closing in on us.
Cutting us down!
She can hang in there.
My wounds remain.
Perhaps not.
Yes?
Use some more skills?
Roak 10! For Takoa!
Can't get a good shot with this.
Cutting us down! We're down one.
Down by one.
Stand!
Alright, everyone. What's going on here? Wait, it's okay, because now we can have the proper conversation with Aloth.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
You
nag,
seem
old one. I
preoccupied.
suppose I've just been... I should...
Okay, great.
I can do that.
What if we just went
That's settled.
avoid the room altogether?
Certainly.
It's not a bad strategy. But what is going on with everybody? Because we don't seem to be doing okay. Got a lot of garbage in our inventory. That's okay. Okay, everybody. What is your issue, my dear? Hi. Should give that to our boy Aloth. Yeah, you should be in nice robes. And you should be in... You should be in that. Intellect. Fortitude. That all we have that's worthwhile? It does appear that way. Well, alright. Let's try this one more time. I think that's all we have time for. Okay.
Brave Dalfila.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna have Fox.
Athili.
There we go. Oh god, where are you?
Alright then.
Hey, did you get these guys?
Leave it to me!
Okay. Well. It always does. And you're gonna get that one.
Hey.
No one asking them to do. Damn it.
Stand still.
Damn it.
I don't want to pull the whole room. I just can't stop pulling them.
Messed up, big guy. We've got your back.
Not quite.
I'm just letting her go. Yeah. I almost had it the one time. Problem is, a deer isn't tanking the way you used to tank anymore, and that's a little sad. Alright, well we have time for one more try. Okay, do this again.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Mad
You
old
do
watcher.
seem
I suppose I've just noticed you.
preoccupied.
Then I.
Okay. We need to take care of this one first. No. It needs to be these two blocking off this passageway. Hold on. Before my bear starts another fiasco.
Hey.
There we go. Okay. These two have to take care of this. You have to do it good, and then you guys have got to deal with this. Okay. Fox, and the rest of you.
Brave thou filat filiu.
Well. Oh, I see what's happening. I do see what's happening. They like appear from where I'm standing.
What?
How may I help?
So everyone gets all mangled because of how the shades appear. Durance is lost for sure. Yeah, he's done.
Attend to the priest.
Oh.
Maybe rushing in is not, well, not technically rushing in. I'm trying to predict and stop the shades. But it actually might be worthwhile to do it.
Damn it. We gotta take better care of Ella.
Are we actually doing alright? Oh, we are actually doing alright. There's only the two left. God, get aggro, my boy.
Leave it to me! Leave it to me! We got Sagani.
That's also a problem, the teleporting.
Leave it to me!
Well, we did it, I guess.
Yes.
Alright. Well, that was exciting.
Oh.
I don't know why that time was any different. The compounds and fluids of these bottles have separated into distinct layers. Goodness gracious, that took so much effort. Yellowed fading maps of the bay around Unra's gift show routes through locks between through the locks between the dikes that hold the ocean back. I found a key. I'm gonna have to, probably rest again up there. But it will automatically save regardless. Well, she looks friendly. Oh. Shrieking sobs pierce your ears and rattle the musty rafters of the lighthouse. They emanate from the spectral figure of a woman hovering in the middle of the room. Each heave of her shoulder unleashes yet another hail-raising wail. As you approach, the spirit's cries take on a threatening edge. The swirling mist and around its legs ripples with movement. The black pits of its eyes level momentarily with yours. You are close enough to notice the spirit's head is tilted back. Even as it loses its blood-curdling howls, the faint movements of its head suggest that it's looking towards the windows and scanning the horizon. The Sangua's ghostly hands are stained with something dark. At first you think it's blood, but it's as black as ink. Nah. Deal with her. I don't want to attack her. There's something I can do if my perception was higher.
Oh.
What can I pull off in a matter of moments? Intellect and resolve. Everything. Well, that's okay. I just need enchantments. Intellect, will. I'm at least a 15 perception. Max endurance. I can eat a pie for +1 perception. What can I chug and make that will give me endurance, deflection, rejuvenation. I bet there's a way to manipulate this. I would just have to probably leave the lighthouse to do it. I'm out of time anyway. So this is what I'm going to do tomorrow before stream. I will sell... I have a ton of garbage in my bags. And I will sell it all for money and get the necessary gear for my girl to get the perception up super high. And then we should be able to talk to this shade. I don't know how close I am, actually. Perception. Oh, I'm at 15. I need 3 perceptions. 16, 17, 18. Yeah. And then I think we could do something neat with her. I don't want to attack her if I don't have to, because it hasn't been going super well down here. So that was an exciting 30 minutes in the lighthouse of constantly dying. Thank you for staying with it. Yeah, so I'll get this all figured out tomorrow, and I bet there's a gear issue here.
Following your lead.
But I also have a money issue. Life is incredibly hard. Thank you so very much for watching. I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST with more Pillars of Eternity, but I will be back sooner with that, with more Hades. It's the last week of Hades, and we're cleaning it up and finishing off some stuff, and hopefully max out all those relationships. Thank you so much for watching. If you are looking for the beginning of my... Oh, another raid? Sure. Where are we raiding? Thank you, thank you. You want to do Mama Moss again? Okay, we'll head back to Mama Moss. Let me get my stuff up. And here we go.
How you doing? How are you doing today? You're seeing me stutter. Man, I'm embarrassed. Okay, time out, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. It's good to see you. I was gonna try and raid you if you were still online. It appears you have beaten me to the chase. Hold on, time out. I'm gonna reboot. He does. You alright? Hang on, okay. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. No? Let's see.
Oh my gosh, we got.
We had a lot going on. Let's see. I can probably close that and that. Alright. Let's get it back up. Let's get going. I think it's so funny sometimes how